Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into an interesting and often overlooked coin, the Australian 20-cent coin from the year 2002, especially in very fine condition. You might already have this coin in your collection or even in your pocket change. And today, we'll explore its history, condition, composition, collector demand, and most importantly, its current market value in dollars. So sit back, relax, and let's discover the true story behind this fascinating coin. The Australian 20-cent coin has a rich history that dates back to 1966, when Australia introduced decimal currency. This coin quickly became a standard part of everyday transactions across the country. The 2002 version of the coin continues this legacy, carrying the same iconic design that collectors and everyday users recognize instantly. On the obverse side, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait was used on Australian coins starting in the late 1990s and represents a mature and realistic depiction of the Queen. On the reverse side, we see the famous Platypus design, created by Stuart Devlin. The platypus, a unique native Australian animal, gives this coin a strong national identity and makes it visually appealing to collectors worldwide. Now let's talk about condition, because condition plays a very important role in determining a coin's value. A coin described as very fine means it has seen some circulation but still retains clear details. The major features like the platypus and the Queen's portrait are still visible, though there may be moderate wear on high points. It's not a brand new coin, but it's far from worn out. For collectors, very fine condition coins are quite desirable because they strike a balance between affordability and detail. Moving on to the background and composition of this coin, the 2002 Australian 20-cent coin is made from cupro nickel, which is a combination of copper and nickel. Specifically, it contains. This composition gives the coin its silvery appearance and also ensures durability, which is why many of these coins remain in decent condition even after years of circulation. The coin weighs 11.31 grams and has a distinctive scalloped edge with 12 sides, making it easy to recognize even by touch. When we talk about collector demand, the 2002 Australian 20-cent coin is considered a common circulation coin, meaning millions were produced. However, demand still exists, especially among beginner collectors and those trying to complete year sets of Australian coins. While it may not be rare, collectors still appreciate it for its design, historical continuity, and condition variations. Coins in very fine or better condition are always more attractive, especially if they are well preserved and free from heavy scratches or damage. Now let's get to the part everyone is waiting for: the current market value. In today's market, a 2002 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition typically ranges between $1.20, $0 to $40,000. Yes, in most cases, it's close to its, but depending on the coin's exact condition, shine, and collector interest, it can sometimes sell for slightly higher. Coins that are closer to extremely fine or uncirculated condition can fetch even more, sometimes reaching $148,000 to $175,000 or beyond in the right market or auction setting. Even though the value might seem modest, remember that coin collecting is not always about high prices. It's about history, passion, and the joy of owning a piece of a nation's story. Every coin has its own journey, and that makes it valuable in its own way. For collectors, there are a few important tips to keep in mind when dealing with coins like this. Always store your coins in a safe and dry environment to prevent damage or corrosion. Using coin holders or albums can help preserve their condition over time. It's also a good idea to avoid cleaning coins, as cleaning can reduce their value significantly. Natural wear is acceptable, but artificial shine can actually turn collectors away. Another great tip is to keep learning and researching. Even common coins can sometimes have rare varieties or mint errors that increase their value significantly. So always keep an eye out for anything unusual in your coins. As we come to the conclusion, the 2002 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition may not be a rare treasure in terms of high dollar value, but it is still a meaningful and collectible piece of currency. It represents Australia's history, craftsmanship, and cultural identity through its design and material. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced collector, this coin has a place in your collection. So next time you come across this coin, take a closer look because sometimes even the simplest coins can tell the most interesting stories. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coin values and hidden treasures, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Next up, today we are going to explore an interesting and valuable coin that many collectors are curious about. The Australia 20-cent coin from 1967 in very fine condition. If you are a coin lover or just starting your journey into numismatics, then this video is going to be very helpful and exciting for you. Let's begin with a little bit of history. The 20-cent coin of Australia was first introduced in 1966, when the country shifted from its old currency system to the decimal system. The 1967 coin belongs to the early years of this transition, which makes it historically important. Coins from the early years of any currency system always attract attention because they represent a major change in a nation's economic structure. The 1967 Australian 20-cent coin carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on one side, designed by Arnold Machin, and on the reverse side, it features a beautiful platypus design created by Stuart Devlin. This design has become iconic and is loved by collectors around the world. Now let's talk about the condition of this coin, especially what very fine condition means. A coin in very fine condition shows moderate wear but still retains clear details. The main design elements are visible, although some of the finer details may be slightly worn down. For collectors, this condition is quite desirable because it strikes a balance between affordability and quality. It is not as expensive as uncirculated coins, but it still holds strong visual appeal and historical value. Moving on to the background and composition of the coin, the Australian 20-cent coin from 1967 is made from cupronickel, which is an alloy consisting of this composition makes the coin durable and resistant to corrosion, which is why many of these coins are still found in decent condition today. The coin has a distinctive round shape with a slightly scalloped edge, giving it a unique look compared to many other coins. Its weight is approximately, and it has a diameter of about. These physical features make it easily recognizable and enjoyable to hold for collectors. When we talk about collector demand, the 1967 Australian 20-cent coin holds steady interest in the market. While it is not considered extremely rare, it is still sought after because of its historical significance and early mint year. Collectors who aim to complete a full set of Australian decimal coins always look for this piece. The demand can increase if the coin is in better condition, such as very fine or higher grades. Additionally, collectors often prefer coins that have clear details, minimal scratches, and no major damage, which further adds to the desirability. Now let's discuss the current market value, which is one of the most important aspects for many viewers. As of today, a 1967 Australia 20-cent coin in very fine condition typically ranges between $230,000 to $250,000 US. However, this value can vary depending on the exact condition, market trends, and where the coin is being sold. If the coin has exceptional detail or is closer to extremely fine condition, it might fetch a slightly higher price. On the other hand, coins with more wear may be valued on the lower end of the range. It's always a good idea to check recent sales and consult coin dealers or online marketplaces to get the most accurate and updated value. For collectors, there are some useful tips that can make your collecting journey more successful and enjoyable. Always handle your coins carefully, preferably by the edges, to avoid fingerprints and damage. Storing coins in protective holders or albums can help maintain their condition over time. It is also important to learn about grading, as the condition of a coin greatly affects its value. Building knowledge about mint years, designs, and variations can give you an advantage in identifying valuable pieces. Most importantly, collect coins with passion and patience because the true joy of coin collecting lies in the journey, not just the value. As we come to the conclusion, the Australia 20 cents 1967 coin in very fine condition is a wonderful piece for both beginners and experienced collectors. It represents an important moment in Australia's currency history, has a durable and attractive design, and holds steady value in the market. While it may not be extremely rare, its historical charm and collector appeal make it a worthwhile addition to any collection. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more interesting coin stories and values. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Next up, today we're diving into something truly exciting for coin lovers and collectors: the Australia 20 cents coin from the year 2001, especially those rare pieces that have developed a unique rust green tone while still being in fine condition. You might have one sitting quietly in your collection or even in your pocket change, and by the end of this video, you'll understand its real story, its beauty, and most importantly, its current market value in dollars. Let's start with a bit of history. The Australian 20 cent coin has been part of the country's currency since 1966, when Australia shifted to decimal currency. The 2001 version carries the same iconic platypus design on the reverse, a symbol that reflects Australia's unique wildlife. On the obverse, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, representing the nation's constitutional monarchy at the time. The year 2001 itself is not considered a rare mint year in general circulation, but specific conditions and changes over time can make certain coins from this year surprisingly valuable. Now let's talk about the condition, because this is where things get really interesting. When we say a coin is in fine condition, it means the coin still retains clear details, although it may show some signs of circulation, like light wear. However, the mention of a rust green appearance adds a special twist. This color change often comes from natural oxidation or environmental exposure. While some collectors prefer shiny coins, others actually appreciate these unique tones because they give the coin character and individuality. In many cases, a naturally toned coin can stand out more than a regular one, especially if the color is evenly spread and visually appealing. Moving on to the background and composition of the coin, the Australian 20 cent coin is made from cupronickel, which is a blend of copper and nickel. This combination gives the coin durability and resistance to wear. But over time, environmental factors like humidity can lead to subtle changes in color. That greenish tone you might see isn't necessarily damage. Sometimes it's just a sign that the coin has aged naturally. For collectors, this can actually enhance the story behind the coin, making it feel more authentic and historical. Now let's explore collector demand, which is one of the biggest factors in determining value. While millions of 2001 Australian 20 cent coins were produced, not all of them survive in collectible condition. Coins that are well preserved, or those with unique toning like rust green shades, can attract niche collectors who are always searching for something different. The demand increases even more if the coin has an unusual look that sets it apart from standard circulation pieces. Coin collectors love variety, and your coin might just be that one piece that completes someone's collection. So what about the current market value? This is probably the question you've been waiting for. A standard 2001 Australian 20 cent coin in circulated condition is usually worth around which is 20 cents. However, when the coin is in fine condition and features interesting toning like a rust green appearance, the value can increase. Depending on the overall look, detail, and buyer interest, such a coin can sell anywhere from $140,000 to $175,000. In some cases, if the toning is especially attractive and the coin is well preserved, it might even go slightly higher in the collector market. While it may not make you rich overnight, it's still a great example of how everyday coins can carry hidden value. Now let's talk about some helpful tips for collectors. Always store your coins in a dry environment to prevent unwanted corrosion. But at the same time, don't rush to clean coins that already have natural toning. Cleaning can actually reduce their value significantly. It's better to keep the coin as original as possible. Also, take time to learn about coin grading and try to compare your coin with others in the market. The more you understand, the better decisions you'll make as a collector. Another important tip is patience. Coin collecting is not just about instant profit. It's about appreciation, history, and the excitement of discovery. Coins like the 2001 Australian 20-cent piece remind us that even common items can become special over time. Stay curious, keep exploring, and always be open to learning more. As we come to the conclusion, it's clear that the Australia 20 cents 2001 coin, especially with a rust green tone in fine condition, holds more than just monetary value. It represents history, craftsmanship, and the beauty of natural aging. While its market price may range modestly in dollars, its real worth lies in its uniqueness and the joy it brings to collectors. So next time you come across a coin that looks a little different, don't ignore it, take a closer look. You might be holding a small treasure without even realizing it. Next up, today we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, and we're going to talk about a very interesting piece, the Australia 20 cents coin from 1968 in very fine condition. If you enjoy discovering hidden value in old coins, or you're just curious about what your collection might be worth today, then this video is definitely for you. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the story, value, and collector appeal of this beautiful coin. The 1968 Australian 20 cents coin is part of Australia's decimal currency system, which was introduced in 1966. This was a major transition from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to a simpler decimal structure. By 1968, the country had already started producing these coins in large numbers to support everyday transactions. Now, when we talk about a coin being in very fine condition, it means the coin has seen some circulation, but still retains a lot of its original detail. The main design elements are clearly visible, though there may be light wear on high points. For collectors, this condition is actually quite appealing because it balances affordability with decent preservation of detail. This 1968 coin carries both historical significance and nostalgic value, representing the early years of Australia's modern currency system. The 20 cents coin from 1968 is made from cupronickel, which is a blend of. This composition gives the coin its strong durability and its distinctive silver-like appearance. The coin weighs about and has a diameter of making it one of the larger coins in Australian circulation at the time. On one side, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machine, which was commonly used on Commonwealth coins during that era. On the reverse side, the coin features a striking platypus design, created by Stuart Devlin. The platypus is a unique and iconic Australian animal, and its detailed depiction makes this coin especially attractive to collectors. The design itself adds a lot of charm and identity to the coin. Making it more than just currency, it becomes a piece of art and national pride. Now let's talk about collector demand, which plays a big role in determining the value of any coin. The 1968 Australian 20 cents coin is not extremely rare because it was minted in large numbers. However, demand still exists among collectors, especially those who focus on Australian decimal coins or complete year sets. Collectors are particularly interested in coins that are well preserved. A very fine condition coin sits in a sweet spot. It's not too expensive, yet it still shows enough detail to be desirable. Another factor that adds to demand is the historical significance. Coins from the early years of decimal currency are always attractive because they represent a turning point in a nation's monetary history. So while this coin may not be extremely rare, it still holds steady interest in the collector market. Let's get to the part everyone is most curious about: the current market value. As of today, a 1968 Australian 20 cents coin in very fine condition typically ranges between around $48,000 to $75,000 US. Depending on the exact quality, shine, and detail, some coins may sell slightly above or below this range. If the coin is closer to extremely fine condition or has exceptional eye appeal, it can sometimes fetch a bit more. On the other hand, coins with more visible wear may stay closer to the lower end of the range. It's important to remember that coin values can change over time based on market trends, collector demand, and availability. But overall, this coin remains a modest yet stable collectible item. If you're a collector or planning to become one, This coin is a great starting point. Always pay attention to the condition of the coin. Even small differences in wear can affect the value. Try to store your coins in protective holders or albums to maintain their quality. It's also a good idea to learn how to identify different grades of coins. Understanding grading will help you make smarter buying and selling decisions. Another useful tip is to keep an eye on the market. Prices can vary depending on demand, so staying updated can help you find good deals or sell at the right time. Most importantly, collect coins that you genuinely enjoy. The passion for collecting is what makes this hobby truly rewarding. So there you have it, the 1968 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition. While it may not be extremely rare or highly valuable, it carries a rich history, a beautiful design, and a steady place in the world of coin collecting. Every coin tells a story, and this one represents a significant moment in Australia's journey toward modern currency. Whether you're collecting for value, history, or simply for the love of coins, this piece is definitely worth appreciating.